Shalom, Israel. Shalom. This your brother Shopper. You know, just wanted to come back in, get a lesson in before we get started. I want to say all praises due to the Most High Yahweh. Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, that great millstone that rule well, that taught me this truth and I continuously learn from. To the brothers and the brothers out there and the hopeful elect scattered abroad, unlike unto a speckled bird. Tabernacle of King David, you know, shalom, greetings to the brothers and sisters watching and learning, shalom, right? So, yeah, so last night when I did the lesson, right, and the last scripture that I read, it was funny. I was looking for this one. We're going to start out with this one. And this one tie into this lesson here. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 31 and verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord, right? So we rather trust in the Maxine, the people on TV, you know what I'm saying, and like that. So last night I read, I went to this one last night, and this one ties into the lesson, and it was funny. The spirit took me there last night, and then I started to watch another brother's lesson. I think it was Yahawah. So I started to watch a lesson that he did afterwards, and he brought the same scripture out, and I was like, wow. And so I was like, yeah, that was the spirit right there, because it took me straight to a scripture I had no intention of bringing out last night, and it was perfect, right? So we're going to start from Isaiah 47 and 8. Therefore now hear this. Thou art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am and none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment and in one day. The loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. And so when you watching what's going on with all of this stuff, that's what we see going on, right? So we're going to stop right there, right? Enchantments. We stopping at 9. Now watch this one.
I did, yes. So, all of my staff, we are excited to listen. We are in a couple unit, so therefore, my team will be getting first chances to listen. And I know that it's really...
She just got the shot, Maxine, Salakia. Just got it. See? Up there telling everybody how great it is and everything. And then bam. Hit the floor. See? That's the first one. So let's go to the second one. Now check this out. Enchantments.
They deserve to get this vaccine first. And from there, you want to do tiering in various countries to make sure your most vulnerable populations get it. In our country, that would be blacks and Native Americans, people with underlying health conditions, and the elderly. And so we need to look at, as a globe, and we're involved with many European leaders and African leaders and others in Southeast Asia to make sure there's a purchasing fund that can pull that vaccine through when it's available and get it out in wide-scale distribution.
You know, in fact, the testing could have been ramped up very quickly in a few countries that have almost avoided the epidemic entirely, like Taiwan, New Zealand, Australia. You know, they took their experience and actually prepared, and so they moved a lot faster.
They deserve to get this vaccine.
Taiwan, you heard them. Taiwan, Australia, and New Zealand. Allies. You know, the two Edomite nations and Moabites. See? So let's go one more. We got one more to go. We got one more video.
Gorski, a respected medical ethicist, reminds us, science-based medicine depends upon human experimentation. Without human testing, scientists will never know if the products of the research will perform as they are intended to heal real human patients, to cure a disease, or to eradicate a lethal virus. There's simply no substitute for clinical trials that experiment on human subjects, and therein lies the ethical conundrum. It turns out that the most scientifically rigorous trial design might not be the most ethical. As you'll discover from the readings in this module, the history of human experimentation in the 20th century is particularly repugnant. The gruesome syphilis experiments conducted by the United States government in Alabama and Guatemala. The intentional infecting with hepatitis of mentally retarded children at the Willowbrook State School on Staten Island, and the Pfizer Corporation's meningitis experiment in Nigeria. These three alone would suffice to make us ask whether clinical trials are inherently exploitative. And yet it is just as clear that they are needed in order for medical science to advance. Consequently, we need to think very clearly about the ethics of human experimentation and the mechanisms in place to protect human participants, including informed consent, risk disclosure, non-maleficence, and the correct formulation of a scientific protocol. As always, we need to ask the question of cui bono, who benefits? The participants in the third world country where the experiment occurred? The large pharmaceutical company that used the data from the experiment to successfully launch the drug? The patients who were prescribed the drug? Intuitively, we know that we should neither exploit nor objectify a fellow human. But why? What is the philosophical rationale for such a position? Our text presents two very different views, one based on Immanuel Kant's deontological, or duty-driven, ethics, and the other on the basis of a version of John Stuart Mill's utilitarian approach, specifically act consequentialism. Now, while these technical terms may sound obscure, their practical application is very straightforward. If human experiments are necessary, we need a solid ethical foundation for their conduct, and that is what you'll be exploring in both your essay and the discussion board for this unit. Along the way, you'll read a landmark document on medical research ethics called the Nuremberg Code, named after the German city that hosted the trials of Nazi war criminals at the end of the Second World War. You'll also hear commentary from the physician and medical historian who chaired the Presidential Committee on the legacy of the Tuskegee syphilis experiment, and you'll read a closely reasoned journal article on the regulatory and ethical principles in research that involve children and individuals with developmental disabilities. The article argues that the history of biomedical research over the past 50 years shows that children and individuals with developmental disabilities represent populations that are especially susceptible to human rights violations. And that the codes that govern research on human participants do
drugs
not
they be giving to kids
with equal force to such vulnerable groups. Clearly, special ethical challenges remain. Well, that's it.
Okay, let's go to the Book of Psalms. The Book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 2. For lo, thy enemies make atonement, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thine hidden ones. They have said, Psalms 83 and 4, they have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. This the 6. Psalms 83 and 6. The tabernacles of Edom, the Edomites, so-called white peoples, the Ishmaelites, Arab, so-called Arabs are over there, and of Moab, and your Asians. That's making all of the medicine. You know what I mean? And so all of these nations are against us, man. And you got all of these medical pharmaceutical companies making all this money. China is raking in the dough right now. You know what I mean? I just even seen the day where they had the what's that? The over there in India. In India they did the they had to fight at the beat up the $7 million in damages at the Apple plant. They paying people $180 a month to make iPhones that they selling for $1 million over here. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's get another one. Let's get another script. Let's go, Job. Let's do this one. Yeah, let's do that, Job. Verse 16. The book of Job, chapter 12 and 16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So both of the deceived and the deceiver is controlled by the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So you got these people out here, these leaders and these false prophets out here. They out here for a reason, to lead people astray, to see who gonna follow and who not gonna follow. Let's go one more. Let's get another one. Let's get another one. Luke 10, 16. This is the book of Luke, chapter 10, 16. He that heareth you, heareth me. And he that despiseth you, despiseth me. And he that despiseth me, despiseth him that sent me. Right? So we coming out and we telling y'all stuff, and it's true. It's true. The stuff, I mean, it's true. You can look it up. You can look it up. You know, you can look this stuff up. The information is out there. You know, okay, I got one more video I could show you too. I couldn't find this one no more. But look, let's show you this one.
Check out. Watch this. Check out the needle. Check out the needle.
See? Watch.
Where's the needle at?
Ain't no needle there. Ain't no needle. Watch.
See?
Look, ain't no hole.
Ain't even no dot in the arm. Where the little hole at?
Yeah, ain't no. He wiping
Ain't nothing
nothing.
there. He ain't put that needle there.
Now
watch this one. See, people that's down with the team ain't gonna get the shot.
And that phony push she did.
See, ain't no needle there.
No needle.
Just thought y'all might want to see that one.
I think you'll find
So this is what's going on right now, man.
Intellectually stimulating.
This is what's going on right now. This is what they doing. This is they trying to deceive us. They using witchcraft, technology. They using stories on you know what I'm saying? They using fake media stories. This is what they doing, man. This is what they doing. And so you know, I just wanted to come back in, do this little brief little thing, man, like this. But yo, the information is out there, man. The information is out there. You know what I mean? They getting ready to make the vaccine mandatory for New York City police, right? And so once they do that, once they make the vaccine mandatory for New York City police, they gonna make it, you know what I'm saying? They gonna make it for other people, man. They gonna make it mandatory if you dealing with the public. They gonna make it mandatory for you some kind of way. Some kind of way. Some kind of way. You know? Some kind of way, man. Let's get one more in before we get out of here, man. Cause and the reason why it, you know, with the whole the Most High working with the deceived and the deceiver is cause he gonna use Esau to get rid of the 2/3, man. He gonna use Esau to get rid of the 2/3, man. Cause all up in the scriptures you have verses like this. Let's get this one. Isaiah 30. We can start at Isaiah 30 and 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down unto Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt, right? Let's go there. Let's go down to Isaiah 30 and 8. Now go write it before them in a table and a note it in a book, that it may be for a time to come forever and ever. That this is a rebellious people, lying children, that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesies unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesies deceits. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereof. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach, ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. This COVID thing is serious, man. So people go, oh, I don't think it's gonna work, Sherm. I pulled it. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work though. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. You can't stop this, man. You can't stop this, man. You cannot stop this, man. You cannot stop what's coming, man. All you could do is come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments, man. That's all you could do. Recognize that you chosen, man. You chosen. And the reason stuff not going right for you, because you refuse to come back to what you supposed to be coming back to. I'm telling you, man. Hey, let's get one more. Let's get one more. Because the name is important, man. The name is important. Yahawah, Yahawashi is important. And if you ain't calling on them names and you ain't doing the right thing, man, you gonna be in trouble, man. The book of Malachi, we're going to go 1 and 14. But cursed be the deceiver, which hath in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrifice unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen. See? So he's coming back to exalt his name. He's coming back to make sure everybody bow down to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. He's coming back to do that. So the name is important, who you worshiping, and what you calling out to. So if you rubbing on stones and rocks, or you thinking you Kemet, or you thinking you a Muslim, or you praying the Jeebus cross, you doing all that, when he come back, it's not gonna happen. And he got the sword right here, ready to be for judgment. He ready. It's right here, right now, man. They giving people vaccines left and right on TV every day, man. So you could say, it ain't gonna work and this and this and that. They going door to door out in California right now testing people. It's coming. Let's get another scripture. Let's get another scripture. And so last night I was like, man, that was really the Spirit took me to that scripture. That was really the Spirit. See, look, here you go. Book of Proverbs. We're going to start at 30 and 2. Surely I am more brutish than any man, and have not the understanding of a man. I neither learned wisdom, nor have the knowledge of the holy. Who hath ascended up into the heavens, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell? See, the Most High is not playing, man. He's coming back, and you better be saying the right names and doing the right thing, or you gonna end up with a jab. And not because you want to, because he gonna put it on Esau to come get you, because you not living right. That's what's gonna happen, man. I'm just saying, man. I'm just putting it out for you, man. That's what's gonna happen, man. That's what's gonna happen. Oh, let's finish off with Deuteronomy. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Let's go to Deuteronomy. That's Deuteronomy 28. 58. We're going to read 58 and 59. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, 59, right? 28 and 58, Salakia. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, thy Lord, thy power, then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long countenance, and sore sickness, and long countenance. See, so these plagues is controlled by Bahasham Yahawashi. Esau doing it, but he controlled the deceived and the deceiver. Left hand and the right hand. This is his doing, man. And this is for the wicked. This is for the wicked Israelites, man. The 2/3, man. This is for them, man. This is for them. Word. This is for them, man. So, yo. Rock thy Yahweh, rock thy Yahawashi, rock thy Yahweh, rock thy Yahawashi, rock thy Yahweh, rock thy Yahawashi, call him La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, that great millstone, and the elders that rule well. You know what I mean? To the hopeful elect, the brothers out there pushing this this truth with honesty, sincerity. You know what I mean? Shalom, Israel.